Hi everybody, Josh right here, back again with a new video on Let's Talk Sports. And today I'm back again doing another MLB card discussion. This is a 1929 Roger Hornsby card. He was inducted to the Hall of Fame in 1942. This card, it actually came out in 1991, but the picture's from 1929. That's what I'm assuming. He was inducted to the Hall of Fame in 1942, and the card came out in 1991. So, Roger Hornsby, I know he's wearing a Cubs jersey here, but he's actually a really big part of the Cardinals. He was with the Cardinals from 1915 to 1926, and then he spent 1 year with the New York Giants in 1927. Not the football team Giants, the baseball Giants. Then he was with Boston. That is actually the Braves, not the Red Sox, in 1928. Cubs from 1929 to 1932. And then he also returned to St. Louis in 1933, retiring in 1937. So, if you notice later on in his career, he didn't really play in that many games, which meant he didn't really hit a lot of homers like he did originally. I mean, look at those stats. I mean, those stats are incredible. I mean, ignore when he returned. He was also a manager, too. He was a player manager. So, like, he could play, and then he also managed a little bit, too. I think a few other players did this, or a few other people did this. Like, I think Ty Cobb did this later on in his career. I know, did Ted Williams ever manage? I think Ted Williams coached, but I don't know if he managed. Vince DiMaggio, if you're familiar with Joe DiMaggio, his older brother Vince DiMaggio, he too played in the major leagues. He played a little bit with he played mainly with the Pirates, but after he left the major leagues in 1947, he continued to play, and he played for an independent ball team, and then he was the player manager there, called the Pittsburgh Diamonds. I think that's over by California. But that's kind of some examples of some player managers, and then Roger Hornsby, of course, was the main one. So you could take a look here. He's holding the bat. We're in Chicago. He got the hat right there, and then look at him. He looks kind of tired. He's got crow's feet, kind of right there. If you notice, looks like he hadn't got much sleep either. I don't blame him because how the way they transported back then. So yeah, those are his stats. He was born in 1896 in Winters, Texas. Died in Chicago in 1963. He played in 2,259 games. Had 8,137 at bats. Had 1,579 runs. Had 2,930 hits. So he was a little bit off from he was like 70 hits away from getting 3,000 hits. 541 of those were doubles, 169 triples. The last triple he had looks like was from 1931. And then he had 301 career homers, 1,584 RBIs, and then had a 358 career batting average. And then looks like every year from 1916, and then he hit 300 almost every single year of his career, except for a few years he didn't hit 300. If you guys want to, you guys can pause the video and look at his stats, and then he was Hall of Famer in 1942. So a little story about Roger Hornsby. So when he first got to the Cardinals, he didn't like the management there, and I think the manager, whoever, got fired. And hang on a minute, sorry. And so he changed it himself, and and then he became the player manager. I don't really know the full story. And then in 1932, the Cubs won the pennant that year. That's when they went on to play against Babe Ruth of the World Series that year. He did not. I don't think he was part of the Cubs World Series run. And I think the Cubs fired him, and he didn't get to be part of the playoff run either. I don't know. Maybe if Roger stayed, that 1932 World Series could have been a little bit different. I don't know. So it's another look at his stats. This card was made by the Sporting News. Very, very nice card. But that's going to do for today. A little video here for you today. Make sure to leave a like on this video. Subscribe if you're new here. We are like 6 away from 200. Let's see if we can hit that by the end of the month. And I'll talk to you guys later.